And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas from Mars, again with another episode of this MLB Show 22 Custom League. And in this episode, we are, moving on from opening day, and we have a full game here between the Wizards and the Jazz. Jordan Balazovic is going to make his Major League debut here in this game, and he will be facing Luis Severino, who will be pitching in his first game as a member of the Jazz after signing with them in the offseason. You see Sandy Alcantara threw a complete game shutout in his first start of the year for Winnipeg. And Winnipeg's pitching staff, Robbie Ray, Sandy Alcantara, Dakota Hudson, and then Jordan Balazovic there as the number 4 pitcher for them. And Balazovic, a 24-year-old pitcher here, 72 overall. And, his worst stat is his hit per 9 at 44, but got good hit per 9 at 61, 51 walk per 9, 65 home run per 9. That's his best stat. 76 velocity, so, throwing about 95 miles per hour with that 4-seamer, 92 with the 2-seamer. And then Jesus Luzardo is listed as the number 5 starting pitcher. And, this is a pitching staff that's pretty similar to what it was last year, although Jesus Luzardo did not pitch at all a year ago. And so, it's 25 years old here. Going to try to get him back in the majors and see what he can do with his stuff and his numbers this season. And he's pretty even across the board with his stats there. And then you go to the bullpen, and in that first long relief role is Randy Dobnak, who last year pitched 80 innings, almost 81 innings, and had a 3.68 ERA. Pitched pretty well. Joe Rock was called up in the middle of last season, and didn't pitch amazing. I called him back down, but he's going to be starting in the majors on the bullpen for the time being. Joey Rodriguez is there. Keenan Middleton is in this bullpen as well, and he didn't pitch a lot last year. He only pitched 8.2 innings. Zach Britton here is a 74 overall rated reliever, and that walk per 9 is very low for him, but everything else is pretty good. He didn't do well, though, last season. He had over 6 ERA. Michael King might be one of their best relief pitchers here in this bullpen. Last year he was a long reliever and basically started some games. He had 147 innings out of the bullpen and gave up 60 runs at a 3.47 ERA. And then Brent Suter is their setup man. And Brent Suter last year, 47 innings, a 3.42 ERA, 18 runs given up. And then Cody Stashek is right now listed as their closing pitcher. Really good walk per 9, sitting at 90, 62 home run and 60 K per 9. And he was the best relief pitcher for this team a year ago. Actually, they had Chad Green on this team a year ago, but he was the second best relief pitcher on this team, and that's why he's getting the starting job as the closer here. 50 innings for him a year ago. Pretty good numbers there. And so that's their major league team, and you go to their farm system here. They do have Matt Brash, who is a 69 overall, so a guy that we might see in the majors at some point this year. Depends on how he develops. But they also have Fernando Cruz, and they got him in a big time. They got him in a trade in the offseason. They traded Michael Cobb to get Fernando Cruz here. He's a 19-year-old, 64 overall, so still probably a couple of seasons away from being in the majors there. But, he has some potential. And then Jared Schuster is already 24. He's only 65 overall. But the really big pitcher for them to look for this season is Steven Richardson. And I believe he was a draft pick from last year. I don't know what his potential is exactly. I believe it's like 85 or 86. And, he's a 70 overall already at only 18 years of age. 65 K per 9, 67 walk per 9, 55 hit per 9. He is the best pitcher in AA here. And, all goes well for him. I could see him making a AAA appearance this year if he pitches well. But he's only 18, so he might just pitch this full season here in AA. But there's some pitcher on the guys on the pitching front. And then this offense is pretty similar to last year's offense for this team. You have Christian Arroyo still leading off. He is, this is his second to last year of arbitration. They signed Wilmer Flores in free agency as a 76 overall, played for Atlanta last year, and had a pretty good season. A 750 OPS, a 263 average, 65 RBI, so not a bad year at all last year for Miller Floyd. He already has a home run and a couple of RBIs this season. So they signed him to a 3-year contract. And, he's a guy that if he performs well enough, then he will probably be a trade candidate. I don't know if we'll trade him this year, but, he's definitely there as a trade piece potentially for Winnipeg. This team is kind of still rebuilding right now. Bryce Harper, there, obviously their headline star. Nick Castellanos is also there. Now, Nick Castellanos is a guy that I might look to trade at the deadline. He still has like 4 years left of his contract, but, this team, they are rebuilding, and he's definitely the best, probably one of the second best hitter on this team besides Bryce Harper. Another new signing for Winnipeg was Miguel Sano, who has got great power, especially against righties, but, the vision is very low. The contact numbers are not great. He only batted 193 last year. Only had 109 at-bats, but, just not a guy that's ever hit for any average. And, $3.3 million. So pretty cheap contract to Miguel Sano. And we'll see how long he can be a starter. Then they also have Roberto Perez. He is their new starting catcher. And he played for Charlotte last year and had an 800 OPS for the Pilots and a 344 on base, actually. So he actually outperformed expectations last season. So he's going to get a shot here as the Winnipeg starting catcher. He's already 4 for 12 right now, $8.3 million over 3 years. That's his contract size right now. So he'll be the starting catcher here for a few years, at least until he's around 37 years old. Willie Castro there as well in this lineup. He's right now listed as the last hitter in this batting order. You have Willie Adames and Keeper Ruiz as well in the lineup there. Jake Magnum is on the bench. Austin Allen, Tommy Pham, and Sergio Alcantara there is the bench for this team. And then you go to their farm system here, and, they have a couple of prospects down here in the minor league system. Nobody in that starting lineup at the moment, but they do have a couple of guys here, and one of the big ones is Victor Mesa Jr., who is a guy that I could see seeing some major league action this year. Those hitting stats are pretty good already right now at 60 and 59 contact, and the power is at 51 and 56, so pretty even across the board. His defense is not amazing, but it's not terrible either. And Austin Martin is also a guy I could see seeing some major league action. He's got some really well even ratings and hitting-wise. His defense isn't amazing there, but, 55, 57 contact, 53 vision, 52 discipline, 48 and 47 power. So Austin Martin and Victor Rosa Jr., those are two guys that I could definitely see making a major league impact this year and are really close to starting. Zach Geloff is also here. He's like a mid-beat potential player, and he has some good ratings. And then Mason Wynn is here as well. Though those two guys, I called both of them down to Double-A when the season began because there really wasn't a spot for them in that lineup, and I wanted them to get a starting role in Double-A. So those are two players that, lower potential, but still might do something and might have an impact. We can kind of key in on them as the season goes along. But for the Jazz and this team's pitching staff, this is a new signing for them, and they're trying to get Luis Severino to kind of resurrect his career. Hopefully, they want him to go back to 2017 and 2018 numbers. He's been injured the last couple of years, and last year his season didn't go that well. And, only 3-year contract, $10.3 million. But he's also a guy that, if he improves, he would be a good trade candidate for the Jazz. But he's there as the number 4 starting pitcher right now. You got Freddie Peralta, John Means, Tony Gonsolin, and then David Peterson as well. Corey Kluber is in this team's bullpen now. He was signed in the offseason, only a 2-year contract. Shane Baz is also there as that long reliever. Matt Wisler pitched really well last year, 120 innings, and he pitched well. Tim Hill, then Hansel Robles, he didn't pitch at all last season. Oliver Drake, who is 36 years old, and he's definitely a trade candidate for me if this team is struggling and he is pitching well. I mean, he had pitched 66 innings last year for Montreal, and he was excellent there. 2.45 ERA with 79 strikeouts and a 1.06 whip. So that's a big offseason addition for this team, and yeah, definitely a trade piece maybe potentially. And then Craig Kimbrell is this team's setup guy, and last year for him, it was not too it wasn't terrible. He did have 32 saves. He has over 400 in his career now. A 3.43 ERA. It's not his 2021 numbers, but it wasn't terrible either. So he's a new signing as well, coming over from Richmond. So this team's bullpen is actually quite different. There's some definitely new signings in this Jazz bullpen this season, and a 3-year contract for Craig Kimbrell this year. And then Garrett Crochet, who is only 23 years old, one of the better young relief pitchers in baseball, 96 home run per nine. And he is going to be taking over as this team's closing pitcher. Last year, he was the setup man, and he was really good in this role. 35 innings and 10 runs allowed, 2.57 ERA and a 1.29 whip. So I like Garrett Crochet. I think he is ready to step into a closer role, and so we're going to give him that this year. And then you go down into the minors, and you go into the farm system for this team. Enrique Mordones is a draft pick from last year. He's got beat potential. He's 19 years old and 64 overall. The K per 9 is pretty low for him, but every other stat pretty high. 75 velocity there, 58 hit per 9, 64 clutch. So he looks pretty decent. Chase Petty looks pretty decent as well. He's, beat potential and 19 years old. Daniel Espino, they got him in a trade, I believe, with the Stars in a couple of years ago, or last season, and he's still a couple of years away maybe, but he's got beat potential, and it's high beat potential, so we could see him maybe make an appearance pretty soon in the majors. Eli Morgan is sitting there. I mean, he's only got C potential, but maybe a guy that you call up if the bullpen is struggling. And then Bobby Miller as well. He's might be a decent pitching prospect, to be potential pitcher there, and Cojones. I don't know how to say that last name exactly, but the biggest draft pick for them, and this guy was a top 5 draft pick in last year's draft, was Robbie Roy. He was one of the first pitchers taken in the draft, and he is excellent. He's got high, I believe he's got 92, 93 potential, and he's 65 overall already. The only stat that's concerning right now is his home run per 9, which is sitting at 30, but 61, 62, and 64, K per 9s are great for him. Right now, he looks really awesome, and so he's definitely a guy, only 18 years old. He's going to be a big key pitcher to build around for the future for them. And then you go to the batting order, and it's pretty similar to last year's batting order. Vista Garcia, still leading off. Josh Harrison is a new signing for them, coming over from the Pilots. Last year, kind of the surface numbers look pretty good, but if you look under the surface on these numbers, they're not that amazing. I mean, he had a below 700 OPS, and he didn't really have a lot of power. I mean, he only had 7 home runs and 26 doubles. So, only a 1-year contract to Josh Harrison, so kind of a guy that's, only here for a year, going to be a free agent again after this season. I don't know if he's going to really have a starting role after this year is over. But Ender Ziarte is still here. You got Jazz Chisholm, Salvador Perez, Jared Kelnick, Ryan Mountcastle, and Johan Moncada. And then Bubba Thompson is a rookie at 71 overall. And, the good defense there is 76, 70, 72 defensive ratings. He's actually not a rookie, technically. I will correct myself there. He did play a little bit last year in 146 at-bats, and, was pretty good. I mean, he didn't slug at all. He only had 13 doubles and a triple and no home runs. But, the average is at 281. That's pretty decent. He had a 721 OPS. So I think with that kind of season, he proved that he can be in the Major League team, and so we'll see what he does here as the DH. And then there's the bench for them, and then you go to their offense, and Ramon Rodriguez, I don't know what his potential is, but he's actually really good. He's got good hitting ratings, 66 and 52 contact ratings, and then 65 vision, 60 discipline, and 76 clutch. Those hitting numbers are actually really good for him. He's only 18, so that's an interesting player right there. But not a lot of prospects here on the offensive side for this team. Mauricio Dubon is a 70 overall. You got Will Benson, who's not got great potential, and only 23 vision there. But Marcelo Meyer is definitely their best prospect right now. And, you know, he played in 85 games last year, and he didn't really do that well in those 85 games. He struggled. And so, you know, he's a 74 overall, and his defense is really good. I mean, certainly good enough for him to be a starter, but he's not going to be a starter right now. He's probably not going to be a starter until, you know, at least next season for this team. And then you got Anthony Volpe, who's also an 8 potential player, who's also got good defense, but, you know, his contact ratings, 51 and 58, they're pretty decent there, but his vision is pretty low, discipline is pretty low, so I want to see those ratings improve and get up to around, you know, 45 in those ratings. That would be ideal before I would want to call Anthony Volpe up. So those are a couple of prospects for the Jazz in their farm system. And let's look at these two teams as we go into this full game between these two teams. The Wizards have started off 2-1 on the season. The Jazz have started off 1-2. And Jordan Balazovic making, of course, his Major League debut here in this game tonight. Now, these are some incredible jerseys. I believe these are the home, or no, these are the road uniforms. And this is a cool screen, the top 10 prospects for this team. You got Balazovic there in the majors. Austin Martin is number 50 in the majors. And then Joe Vogelsang is a draft pick for them last year. Dallas Vargas, Steven Richardson, Ethan Small, Marco Vientos, Gabriel Merced, Matt Brash, and then Zach Geloff there is their number 10 prospect on the team. I like that prospect list. That was really cool. I would almost want that list to be updated every year. That would be, I mean, it is updated every year, but I almost want to see that screen, and I almost want to see that top 10 prospect list throughout the season, because that might change, you know, depending on how good the player is doing and how much they're improving. I think that's something that it would be pretty easy to put in as like an extra screen of like the top 10 prospects on the team, so that you could keep track of that. I think that would be really cool to have in this game. But either way, Christian Arroyo is starting off the day against Severino with a base hit. That's a swing and a miss for Bryce Harper, who strikes out on a changeup there on the outside corner. And that's a ground ball spear at first base. I believe that's Ryan Mountcastle there playing first base, and he spears that play to get the final out of the first. So Winnipeg does get a hit in that inning, but no runs. And there's Balazovic, 6'5", 215 pounds, 24 years old. And he's pitching in real life in the majors, and I think he's doing okay. He's doing pretty well in the majors right now. And so we'll see what he can do here in his first ever start in the big leagues. Here's Mauricio Garcia, 279 average and an 825 OPS. And Balazovic has 2 strikes on him. And the 1-2 pitch is a swing and a miss and a high fastball. And Jordan Balazovic getting his first Major League strikeout against Mauricio Garcia. And a beautiful pitch there by Balazovic. And that is a big milestone for him. Congratulations. He gets that strikeout out of the way immediately in his big league career. And now he's 0-2 on Jazz Chisholm here. And he's going to strike Jazz Chisholm out on a 4-seamer on the outside corner. Wow, good pitches right now by Jordan Balazovic. And he's locating the fastball really well at the moment. As you see that 2-seamer below the zone. And the fastball on the outside corner. I mean, he's locating the fastball very well. Good settling into this game. 2 strikeouts already. Jared Kelenic is up now. He takes a ball just inside. Kelenic last year, 784 OPS, 26 home runs, and 73 RBIs. Definitely a good season for him. A young player looking to really develop this season. That's a slider that is right down the middle, but it's just going to be a ground ball to short. Willie Castro makes that play. That ends the inning. So a walk, got a runner on base, but Balazovic works out of it. His first inning of his career goes scoreless. And so here at a bat now with Keeper Reese sitting on deck is Willie Adames. 3-2 to him is a swing and a miss. Adames batting .455 coming into that at bat, and Severino gets his second strikeout of the day. And look at this pitch sequence there, starting it off with a cutter, then going to the slider, back to the cutter again. I mean, he switched that up. He didn't throw the same pitch twice in a row in that whole at-bat. And you see there the news, Carlos Carrasco got his 100th career win. That's pretty cool there. That's a circle change that just is below the knees and misses. Keeper Ruiz, a 241 average and a 637 OPS last year. Didn't have an amazing season. As there's a swing and a miss on a four-seamer. Down low, perfect location right there by Luis Severino, who's got his third K of the night. Man, and a beautiful pitch there, as you see on the replay. And now it's Miguel Sano, only batting 100 right now, going into this appearance. And this is the first at-bat that we've seen him in a Winnipeg jersey. Of course, he's had at-bats previously this season. But, 166 home runs in 9 career seasons for him, as the 0-2 is a swing and a miss. And a strikeout of the side for Severino here in the second. And he's got 4 strikeouts in his first 6 outs of this game so far tonight. So Bond with a second. Here's Ryan Malkow. So only batted .205 last year. Had 28 home runs. Definitely looking to improve that average this season here. And there's a line drive. That's going to be into right field for a single. So that's the first hit of the season. Or not of the season, but the first hit of this game against Balazovic. So a leadoff base runner looking to work around him. Here's a fastball that is in there for a strike to Josh Harrison. And this is his first time that we've seen him in a Jazz uniform. Full count. He's only batting .077. Probably only has 1 hit right now. And he's going to ground it into short. And that is a tailor-made double play. An easy turn right there by the Winnipeg infield. And 2 outs. And wipes away the base hit just like that. So started by Castro. Now it's Inciarte, who had a just below 700 OPS last year. Batting .250 right now. That's a slider that is high for strike 2. Not an amazing pitch location by Balazovic, but Inciarte did not swing at it. So now here's the 0-2 to him, and it's a ground ball, a slider inside, and it's over to second base. Only Adames making the play there to end the second inning. And that'll send us to the top of the third. Still scoreless. Here's Willie Castro. Didn't play very well at all last year. Only had a 634 OPS. As going in on the ball at first initially, and then backing to back up right there is the left fielder, who does make that catch. I believe that, I'm not sure who that is. That might be Ryan Mountcastle. But Ryan Mountcastle should be the first baseman, so I'm not sure. As that's a ball to, that's a ball forward Wilmer Flores there. So there's a base runner, only the second one of the day for Winnipeg. And coming up is Wilmer Flores. So he is 0 for 1 on the day. The 2-2 to him is a cutter that is down low for ball 3. And you certainly don't want to put a man on base for Bryce Harper, who's sitting on deck. Big pitch here. The full count pitch is a fastball high in the zone. It is ball 4. So back-to-back 2-out walks here have put 2 men on for Bryce Harper. 1-0 to Harper. That's a four-seamer that's high. And now Luis Severino is losing Bryce Harper, falling behind to him right now. A big pitch here, 2-2 to Harper. Big pitch only on in the game. And it's a pop-up in the infield over to third base. That ball is caught. I believe that's Yohan Moncada there playing third. And that is the final out of the inning. And that is a brutal final out to that inning, as Bryce Harper had a chance with runners on and does not come through. So here's Bubba Thompson. Hit his first at-bat of this game, batting .200 going into tonight. That's a good slider there at the knees to him for strike 2. As the 1-2, it's a swing and a miss on a changeup way inside. Wow, terrible pitch to swing out there. Balazovic gets a huge strikeout, and that's his third of the game. And he got way inside. Nothing that you could ever do with that kind of a pitch. And so now with 2 down in the bottom of the third, here's Jazz Chisholm. He struck out his first time up, but he gets hit on that pitch as the ball runs inside and clips him. So 2 men are on. He had 2 outs. Now for Salvador Perez. And over 100 RBIs last year. It's a ground ball to third base. stopped across the diamond and in time to get the out and end the inning. And actually, that might be Christian Arroyo there at third base, as we are done with the third inning, and now we go to the fourth with, still no score. When a 2-0 Willie Adames, he swings right through a four-seam fastball for strike 3. Man, oh man, now 2 outs in the inning. Keeper Ruiz is at the plate here, and he pops it up in fair territory, and again, another play and another catch made there by Johan Moncada, and man, bottom of the fourth, only 3 total hits in this game. These two pitchers pitching well right now. Here's Jared Kelenic, 0-2 pitch to him. He gets that one, picks it up from the ground, and is going to get a base hit. That was not a bad pitch at all by Balazovic, but just a better swing and a better hit right there by the batter. So now a man on for Mountcastle, and Mountcastle is going to ground that one down the line past the diving glove of Arroyo, the third baseman, and now there's 2 men on and nobody out. First time that there's been base runners really with nobody out in the game so far. Now Josh Harrison is at the plate, and he lines one past the diving glove of the first baseman, and it all the way near the wall, and it rolls a long way. One run scores, and scores another run, and Josh Harrison, his first hit, his first extra base hit of the year, I believe, and that is a 2 RBI double. The Jazz strike first in the 4th inning. Big time swing right there by Harrison, and now it's a line drive and a base hit. Josh Harrison's going to hold at third base, and all of a sudden, the Jazz right now are kind of hitting all over Balazovic. So first and third, 1 out. That's a fly ball by Moncada, and that one's going to land and drop in fair territory. That's going to score a run, and around the third indeed is coming another runner, and he's going to be safe. Inciarte scores from first, and Yohan Moncada, his second double of the year, 4-0 Jazz. Man, still nobody out in this inning. The second extra base hit of the frame, and this inning has been a disaster for Jordan Balazovic. Still needing to get his first out, as that's a swing and a miss on the first pitch to Bubba Thompson. He had a strikeout his first time up, and now he's got a big situation here, another RBI opportunity. 1-2, and that's a 4-seamer at the knees for a huge strikeout. That's the 4th one for Balazovic, and he absolutely needed that. Now there's 2 outs in the inning, and here's Jazz Chisholm. 0-1 pitch. Jazz Chisholm is going to fly this one into left field, but that one is going to be caught by Castellanos there in left, and that ends the inning, but not before the Jazz score 4 times and have a 4-0 lead now. Now we're going to the 5th inning, and Winnipeg's got to get something going in their offense here against Severino, and Miguel Sano crushed that ball down the line, but it does just go foul. Man, so now it's a full count pitch to Sano, and now he's going to swing and miss at a way high cutter near his eyes. So Severino gets another K. That's number 6 for him already, and now he's Roberto Perez. So Perez 0-for-1 on the day so far. 2-2 pitch to him. And it's a 4-seamer at the top of the zone for strike 3. And he got him looking. What a nice pitch right here by Severino. Right at the top of the strike zone. Big pitch there. And now there's 2 down in this 5th. Well, here's Willie Castro. He is 0-for-1. And he is going to swing and miss. Man, another strikeout. And Severino, the second time in this game he struck out the side against Winnipeg. Wow, an impressive day for him right now as we go into the bottom of the 5th inning, and he's still pitching his Balazovic. That's a slider, though, that misses to Salvador Perez. And so Jared Kelenic's going to come to the dish, but not before we have a pitching change. And we are going to see a move here made and a call to the bullpen. And Jordan Balazovic, you know, doesn't even go into the 5th inning. and gives up 4 runs in that 4th inning. So not an amazing outing for him this in his MLB debut. Showed some promise. He did strike out. He did get some strikeouts, but overall not an amazing start. Here's Randy Domnak. We already saw his numbers from last year. There he is. And he's coming in already on only the 5th inning. And he gets a strikeout immediately right here to begin his outing right now, as that was a beautiful pitch right there.
The first baseman, number 6.
To the batter, and you see where it was. It was a high 4-seam fastball. I mean, that's just a classic strikeout pitch right there. All right, Mountcastle. And a 1-2 to him. It's a ground ball, and that might be a double play, and it is. Good pick at first base right there. And that might be Wilmer Flores playing first base for them, actually, as that is out number 2 and number 3, and so end of the 5th inning, and the Jazz don't add on to their lead. So now we're in the top of the 6th, and here's Christian Arroyo, and, you know, Luis Severino, 77th pitch of the game, and it's another strikeout. That's his 4th in a row. He's got 9 on the evening. Wow, and now Wilmer Flores is at the plate. 0-2 to him! Guess what? It's a strikeout. Swing and miss, and a high fastball. Unbelievable by Luis Severino. 5 in a row. And, man, a classic strikeout pitch, as Flores was late on that pitch. And, I mean, just looking for somebody to make contact here. Bryce Harper will, in fact, make contact. It's a ground ball hit very slowly back up the middle to end the 6th inning. But, man, my goodness, what an outing right now by Luis Severino. He has been impressive in his Jazz debut. As you see 6, 7, and 8 up in this next inning, half inning for the Jazz. And already gotten 2 outs is Domnak. Now Ryan Mountcastle is going to take a slider right there. That was Aaron McCott, actually, at the plate. That was a slider that was right down the middle for a strike. And I don't know why he was looking at that pitch. But now we go to the top of the 7th inning. And, you know, still nothing doing for Winnipeg offensively here against Luis Severino, who's now at 90 pitches. And there's a line drive. That is going to be a base hit into the outfield here. And that's only the 2nd hit of the day for Winnipeg. They have just really struggled to get anything going offensively tonight. And there's a look at Severino's line. I mean, 6 innings, only 2 hits allowed with 2 walks and 10 Ks. 90 pitches thrown so far. Well, here's Rolly Adames, and that's a fly ball, and that one will drop in to right field for another single. So back-to-back hits here to start out in the 7th inning. And, you know, at the end of the row coming for Severino pretty quickly here, you think that's a fly ball, and in center field making that catch and getting the out, tagging from second base. And going all the way up to 3rd is the runner. So now men are on the corners here with only 1 man out. And here's Miguel Sano. He's got an RBI opportunity right now, as he's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. So 2-1 to him here. It's a ground ball. That one's back up the middle. And that's going to be a base hit, and that's going to be an RBI. And all the way going up to second base, actually, is Miguel Sano. So it's going to end up being a double for him, actually. And an RBI. Winnipeg is on the board here in the 7th inning. Good swing right there by Sano on a pitch, you know, down in the zone near his knees. That was a good swing. And so with that out, that is going to be the last pitch thrown by Severino in this game. And they're going to go to the bullpen here. And, man, Luis Severino was really great in this one. I mean, 6.1 innings. He's going to tip his cap to the crowd, as he should. A really, really great performance for him tonight. And is in line for his first win as a Jazz pitcher. Here's Matt Wisler coming out of the pen, 1.1 innings. And he just, you know, hasn't gotten a strikeout, but hasn't given up any base runners to this point. He's at the slider. Swung on a miss by Roberto Perez to bring the count to 1-2. So this is the biggest spot in this game right now, with 2 men in scoring position, as the 2-2 is a slider, swing and a miss. Nasty pitch right there from Wisler, and a huge strikeout for out number 2. Man, that is a huge punch out right there. And now Willie Castro, it's down to him, trying to do something here in this spot. It's a ground ball, but it's right to second base. Jazz Chisholm making the play, and that's the end of the top of the 7th. Man, only one run for Winnipeg in that inning. They are on the board, but they could have had an opportunity to get some more in that frame, and they cannot cash in. And so, 7th inning stretch here in New Orleans. They're up 4-1. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Dumnick is still pitching, and that's a sinker that is on the corner for strike 3 to Roberto Perez. And I believe that's his second strikeout of the day for him tonight, as that was just a really beautiful pitch right there for the 3rd out. Now 2-2 to Jared Kelenic, and he is going to swing and miss. That's a triple change. That was a beautiful pitch there. And Rodney Dominic out of the bullpen was excellent in this game. He didn't give up. I don't think he gave up a hit in his 3 innings of relief. He has been awesome. That's a ground ball. That one's going to be down the line, and that's going to be maybe extra bases. Yes, going around first base is the runner, and he's going to get to second there with a double. But that was Christian Arroyo. That's already his 3rd double of the season here, just 3 games in. And then they're going to go to the bullpen again, and it's Craig Kimbrell. He's already pitched an inning as a member of the Jazz, and he hasn't given up a run. 3 strikeouts to 2 walks so far in his career here in New Orleans. And he is coming into his setup, and this is a setup situation for him. And he's got Bryce Harper at the plate here. 0 for 3 on the day. This is a big at-bat right now, as an 0-2 is a ground ball. What a play! And a beautiful stop at third base by Moncada for the 2nd out. Wow, a diving play there as he robs Bryce Harper out of a base hit and throws it from his knees. As now Nick Castellanos is going to take a knuckle curve at the edge of the strike zone for strike 3. And Craig Kimbrell comes in and does his job perfectly. Gets a big couple of outs there, and sends us to the 9th, where Garrett Crochet will look to get his 2nd save of the season. He has allowed a hit, it looks like, this year against a righty, but he's already 1 for 1 in save opportunities. And here is Willie Adames to come to the dish to start this inning off. And he's going to take a 4-seam fastball there. Good pitch on the inside corner. They count out 1-2, and Garrett Crochet has his pitch. And that one is a 4-seamer at the top of the zone for strike 3. Adames, no argument from him. That was a perfect high fastball there. And now there's 2 down in the game, and Miguel Sano is at the plate. 1 for 3. He's got the only RBI to this point for Winnipeg, and it's his job to try and keep this game alive right now, as that's a foul ball down the line and into the seats, and now they're down to their last strike of this game. So here's a 2-2 to Sano, and it's a fly ball into left field, and the left fielder is there. I believe it's Inciarte in left, and he's going to make the catch, and that ends the game. And I don't mind the coaches phasing through the wall out there in the dugout. The New Orleans Jazz get the victory here in this one, and that's their 2nd win of the season and the 2nd loss of the year for Winnipeg. Both teams go to 2-2 on the year, and I mean, a really great day for pitching for the Jazz in this one, and an interesting game there. A big inning, a big 6th inning where the Jazz got 4 runs, and there was definitely chances for Winnipeg in this game to make an impact and to try and make the comeback happen, but they just could not come through when it mattered the most with runners in scoring position. That's the only hit that scored a run in this game tonight, and that was a big play by Yohan Moncada for sure against Bryce Harper there in the late innings. But series ends in a tie. These 2 teams split their first 4 games of the season, and player of the game goes to Luis Severino, and it makes sense. He gets the win tonight, and he was absolutely excellent in this one. Jordan Balazovic gets handed a loss in his first Major League appearance, and you see for the Jazz, Garcia was 1 for 4, batting .375. Jazz Chisholm was 0 for 2. Perez was 0 for 2 with a couple of walks. in this one. Jared Kelenic was 1 for 4. He's batting .429 right now. Ryan Mountcastle is the first baseman, and he's batting .375. Josh Harrison had a big hit and an RBI, a couple of RBIs on a double today. His first double of the year, his first couple of RBIs. Actually, he does have an RBI, or he did have one already. There's John Maicon. He also had a double and a couple of ribbies. But Luis Severino tonight, what a game for him. 6.1 innings, 4 hits, only 1 run allowed, only 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. 1.42 ERA after that game. Matt Wisler, an inning, and just did his job. Gave up a hit, but got a strikeout. And then Kemble 0.2 innings with a strikeout, got a hold, and then Garrett Crochet, his second save of the year. And then you look at Winnipeg, and Christian Arroyo 3 for 2. Not a lot of other offense for this team that you can really talk about. Nicholas Castellanos had a hit, Willie Damas had a hit, and Miguel Sano had a hit in his second RBI of the season and the only RBI of the game. Willie Damas is still batting .400 after tonight. Nick Castellanos batting .353. But, John Balazovic, not an amazing game for him. A 9 ERA after this one. 4 innings, allowed 7 hits and 4 runs, all in the 4th inning. 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. But Ronnie Dominic, what a game for him. 4 innings and 4 strikeouts. Didn't give up a hit or a walk, and didn't give up a base runner. That's a good way for him to start off his season. So we're going to move on from that, and now we're going to showcase a couple of other young pitchers making their debuts here in this episode. And the first one that we got to show you is Gunnar Hoglund. And, Gunnar Hoglund was the piece in that Trey Mancini trade for the Spiders in the offseason, and he's making his debut here right away for this team, who just doesn't have a lot of pitching depth at all. And Hoglund is really good, well-rounded stats overall. 56, K per 9, 53, K per 9, 58, walk per 9, and 57 home run per 9. The per 9s are very good for him. He's not going to throw fast. He doesn't have a lot of velocity. But I like where his per 9s are at. And I think he's going to do pretty effectively here in his rookie season, hopefully. You never really know how rookie pitchers are going to perform in this game. But, we'll see how his debut goes. And they're facing the Colorado Rattlers, who so far are 3-1 this season. They have started out their year very well. The Spiders 1-2. And there's the top 10 prospects for the Spiders. You got Ryan Pepio, who's number 50 in the MLB. He's at the major league level. Colton Cowser is at the major league level. He's number 62 in the MLB. Gunnar Hoglund is number 79 in the MLB. And then you got Lou Nichols, Esteban Donio, Kobe Mayo, Pablo Sanchez, Jeremy De La Rosa, Ian Seymour, and Ron Weiss. There's not any other top 50 prospects on this team. And in fact, the only top 50 prospect that is on the team is Ryan Pepio. So, this team's farm system isn't really that great, honestly. I think he might have looked at this team's roster to start the year off, but, it's not an amazing roster, not a lot of prospects really to speak of here. As we're in the quick managings, and Tyler O'Neill is going to crank a 3-run homer here already in the top of the first. So that'll help Gunnar Hoglund out a lot. He's going to have a 3-run cushion immediately here in his first action of his career. So Miguel Rojas only batting 188 right now, and that's the first pitch to him. And, San Francisco 1-2 this season, a team that I think is still in the rebuilding stages and, might not do a lot, but we'll see what happens. That's a swing and a miss, as throw to first base in time. That's a strikeout, and that's the first one for Gunnar Hoglund in his major league career on a really nasty off-speed pitch right there. Also, now here's Brian Reynolds at the plate, and a 2 outs in the inning, 1-1 to him. Line drive! Speared at short by Ozzie Albies, and that ends the inning. So, no hits in that frame for Colorado. 1-2-3 first inning for Hoglund, and now we go to the bottom of the second. Francisco Mejia, and a home run and 4 RBIs already this season. 2 outs in the inning already to him here, as that's a fly ball and a changeup. Hit pretty well, but racing over and making that catch out there in left field. That, I believe, is Brandon Belts maybe playing left field for them. Yeah, or it might be Patrick Wisdom, one of those two guys. But in the bottom of the third, Jordan Magical is batting .364 right now with a homer and an RBI. He's been pretty well. He's been doing pretty well this season. That's a ground ball, and it's right to short though, and that is the second out of the third inning here. So Gunnar Hoglund, a good start to this third inning. Now there's 2 outs in the frame. Gabriel Arias is at the plate, only batting .154 on the year right now. That's a slider on the corner for strike 3. Great pitch right there by Gunnar Hoglund. He's going to get his second strikeout of the game. And so far, went on in the fourth. Gunnar Hoglund has been really great against this good Colorado lineup. Here's Mookie Betts at the plate. Kind of had a disappointing season last year. He did struggle with injuries as well. So hopefully he can be healthy all year. 3-1 to Betts. That's a ground ball. And a good stop there by Ozzie Albies. A good throw across the diamond to make that out. Actually, Ozzie Albies might be the second baseman on this team. I can't really remember that. But either way, that's a four-seamer that's popped way in the air and caught by the second baseman. And actually, yeah, the second baseman is Ozzie Albies. Never mind. I'm not sure who the shortstop is on this team. But so 3-0, and now we are in the bottom of the fifth. Here's Carlos Correa, who's 0 for 1 on the day. And he is going to swing and miss at a slider outside. Only the third KO of the game for Gunnar Hoglund right now, as that was a really good pitch right there to get out number 1. So we're 1-2 to Wilson Contreras here. And that's a ground ball. That one is going to get through and into the outfield. That's a slider that's hit for a single, and that's the first hit of this game for the Colorado Rattlers. They were getting no hit by the rookie Gunnar Hoglund through 4.1 innings, but that no-hitter is broken up, so now a base runner, the first one of the game, that Gunnar Hoglund's had to contend with, and there's a four-seam fastball at the top of the zone for strike 3. Brilliant pitch right there by Hoglund, and man, end of the fifth, only has allowed 1 hit. He has been excellent right now in his debut. This has been great to see. Ozzie Albies crushing a home run, and now it's 6-0 San Francisco. So, Gunnar Hoglund is getting the offensive support right now for sure, and he must be feeling really good, settling into a groove, as that's the first pitch to Rojas. That is for a strike. Josh Raw is only 3 for 18 on the season. He's 0 for 2 on this game. And there's a four-seamer swing and a miss for the strikeouts. And that's either number 5 or number 6 for Gunnar Hoglund in this game. And there is 6 1 innings for him on the night. Man, now we're in the 7th inning. Here's Brian Reynolds. 2-2 to him. That's a slider! And it's strike 3 called. Brilliant pitch on the corner by Gunnar Hoglund. That's strikeout number 7 for him in this game. And look at this pitch sequence. He fell behind initially 2-1. But look at these locations of those last 3 pitches. I mean, right on the corner. Doesn't miss over the middle. This has been awesome. Now 2 outs in this inning. Carlos Correa is at the plate. That is a pitch that misses for ball 1. Correa 4 for 14 so far on the year. And he's 0 for 2 on the day today. 2-2 pitch to him. And that's a swing and a miss! On a slider, Gunnar Hoglund is going to get another strikeout. Man, and I believe that probably is his 7th of the day. But my goodness, 7 one-hit innings for the rookie. I mean, your MLB debut can't go much better than it's going right now for Gunnar Hoglund, as that's a four-seamer, that's a drive, and that's the hardest hit ball of the day for the Rattlers, and it's going to be extra bases, it looks like, as, yes, into second base with a double. That was Wilson Contreras getting his first double of the year. Well, so, it's a 6-0 game. We're gonna keep Gunnar Hoglund pitching here until he kind of gives up some more mistakes, but he's at 90 pitches now, as that one is a ball to Francisco Mejia, who is right now 4 for 16 on the year, batting .250. Well, so now we're 2-1 to Mejia here. And that's a ground ball. And so moving to third base is going to be Wilson Contreras. He's now only 90 feet away. And that's the first out of the 8th inning. So Gunnar Hoglund right now has pitched, scoreless. He's now pitched into the 8th inning here. And here's Adam Engel at the dish. 6 for 15 right now this year. He's been hitting the ball pretty well, actually, this season. And a 0-0 pitch to him here. Line drive, ground ball. That's into the outfield and into right for a single. There is a base hit, and the 7th one of the season already for Gabriel Arias. And, that's not Gabriel Arias. For Adam Engel. And the Rattlers are on the board here in the 8th inning for the first time tonight. And that is going to be the end of the day for Gunnar Hoglund. They're going to go to the bullpen here. But, my goodness, what a start for him. I mean, that's an impressive opening day. That's an impressive, not opening day, but that's an impressive MLB debut. 7.1 innings and only allowed like 3 hits all day and 1 run. He was excellent tonight. Well, here's Yami Garcia, and he's only gotten 1 out this season so far. But he's going to have to get 1 out here in this game. They might try and have him pitch the 9th inning. But it's going to be Arias, and he's only got 2 hits so far on the year. 3-1 to him is a ground ball. Stopped by Nico Goodrum, and across the diamond they can't get the out for the 3rd out of the inning. So Nico Goodrum is their shortstop. They got him in a trade last year. Now, here's the 8th pitch from Garcia. It's a ground ball right to Adley Rutschman at first. Adley Rutschman is this team's first base, and that's good to know. And that's a catch, and that is the end of the 8th inning. So San Francisco does get 1 run, but only 1 in that 9th inning. And Gunnar Hoglund right now in line for the win. 1 out here in the 9th inning. Brian Reynolds at the plate. He's going to take a ball outside of the zone. Carlos Correa is sitting on deck, 267 on the average with a couple of RBIs this year. That's a 4-seam fastball that misses for ball 4. So a base runner, and Colorado hasn't seen a lot of those in this game to this point, but here is Carlos Correa. 4 for 15. He is 0 for 3 tonight. 2-2 pitch. It's a swing and a drive. Deep to right field. Correa points at his wrist. He knows that ball's gone. Home run, Carlos Correa. It's his first homer of the season. 413-foot blast. And Colorado is now within 3. So it's a 6-3 game now, and a big-time swing from Correa. Sets the bat down, points at his watch. It's his time, as that was a ball absolutely crushed about halfway up the rows there in right field. And so now they bring out James Karinchak, who does have a save. He did get a save his last time out there, but he did give up a run, it looks like. So, obviously he's got a 3-run cushion right now. He's got 2 outs now in this inning. Got the first out. Effectively, now Francisco Mejia is up 4 for 17 this year. So far, 1-2 pitch! It's a 4-seam fastball. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. So the game got a little bit closer there in the end of it and in the last few innings. But a pretty easy win right there for the Spiders. That game was pretty much at hand the whole way, as they had a 6-0 lead, and they didn't really look back from there. So Colorado loses their 2nd game of the season, and the Spiders go back to 500 at 2-2. But Gunnar Hoglund gets the win, his first as in the major leagues, and yeah, he's gonna have a great memories from this day for him, as he was really, really great out there on the mound tonight. And this was the Spiders win the first game of this series between them. But yeah, player of the game goes to Gunnar Hoglund. Makes a lot of sense. He pitched 7.1 innings and only gave up 3 hits tonight. He was excellent. And Ozzie Albies was 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs. He's already got 6 of them so far this year. Tyler O'Neill also had a home run in his first 3 RBIs of the year. Ozziali's batting 471. Rutschman is batting 444 right now. And Nico Goodrum 2 for 4. He's batting 250. Cisneros is batting 357 at the moment. And Kirk Casale also had, or Adley Rutschman had a couple of hits, and Kirk Casale also had a hit, and so did Brandon Belt. But yeah, Gunnar Hoglund had an amazing game here. 7.1 innings, only 3 hits allowed, no walks, only 1 earned run, and 7 strikeouts. So 1.23 right after this game. He was really, really good tonight all the way through. Didn't even give up a hit until the 5th inning. And then Yimi Garcia did give up 2 runs on that home run by Correa. And then 2 outs and a save for the closer there for San Francisco. And then you go to Colorado, and, not a lot of offense for them. Really only 5 total hits. Correa had the biggest one, obviously, that home run. But Contreras was also 2 for 4 on the day with a run scored. And then Engel also had the other RBI. He's batting, 475. He's already got 5 RBIs this year. And pitching-wise, Luis Patino, a lot of hits, 7 of them, a lot of base runners, 2 walks as well, 8 strikeouts and 3 runs. Didn't really pitch that well. He got the loss. Central Turnbull gave up 3 runs in 1.1 innings. And then Tyler Anderson didn't give up a run. And then the last relief pitcher there for Colorado as well did not give up a run. So there's that game. We got one more for you and one more pitcher to showcase, and that's Asa Lacy. Beat potential for him, 69 overall. That beat potential is a high B. And 23 years of age, 71 K per 9. That's his best rating there. 55 hit per 9, 45 walk per 9, 57 home run per 9. So his per 9s are very, very good. And he's throwing 94 miles an hour, so he's got some good velocity behind his pitches. And, just a good pitcher here in Asa Lacy for sure. As we're going to go into this game, and the last one of the day. And I just ignore the ballpark that we're in right now. We're going to switch to the actual ballpark here in a minute. But the Chicago Blue Sox are also 3-1 this year so far. 2-2 are the St. Louis Sluggers. And here's Asa Lacy, of course, making his Major League debut tonight. So let's look at the top 10 prospects for Chicago here. You got Luis Pujols at number 17 in the MLB. Homer Santos, he's number 16 in the MLB. Those guys are at AA. Jason Dominguez, they got him in the Carlos Ramirez trade. He's number 20 in the MLB. Carlos Morales, number 4. Asa Lacy's number 79 in the MLB. Martin Ramirez, Adrian De Garcia, Travis Flaherty, Gabriel Murciel, and Luis Garcia are really top prospects as well. Chicago's farm system is actually very, very good. One of the better ones in baseball. And I think they're one of the guys, they're one of the teams that is rated at the top for their farm system. And they're 3-1 right now this year, so they got off to a good start this season. And here's Harrison Bader at the dish. Harrison Bader's going to crush this ball deep to left field. And down the line, and it's fair, and it's gone. Wow, Harrison Bader starts Asa Lacy's career off with a home run. His first of the season for Harrison Bader. And the Sluggers here, after a hot start, they're already up 1-0. So 3 pitches in to Asa Lacy's debut. He gives up a huge homer. And, man, now it's 1-0. So here's Julio Rodriguez, and Asa Lacy's going to respond right away after giving up that home run with his first Major League strikeouts. Congratulations to him there on a pitch in the dirt, and just struck out the Rookie of the Year on that pitch. That's a 4-seamer at the top of the zone. Staying batting 467 right now with a 1.196 OPS, 1 home run and 1 RBI. He has been excellent through 4 games, as that 4-seam fastball misses. And Matt Olson, who's batting 375, is sitting on deck. Well, here's a 3-2 pitch to Stanton. And it's on the corner! 4-seam fastball for strike 3. So Asa Lacy comes right back and gets 2 strikeouts in a row, both off of really good hitters. Off Stanton, who was one of the best in the league.
Come on now, get ahead of him.
So now here's Matt Olson. And he is going to take that ball inside. Matt Olson right now, 1 home run and 4 RBIs already this season with over 1 OPS. So here's a 2-1 pitch to him here. It's a pop-up in the infield. And the shortstop is actually going to run over and make that play. That's Jose Iglesias running over and making the catch. So that ends the top of the first inning here. A home run by Harrison Bader has put St. Louis on top here. As Tristan McKenzie, the starting pitcher for St. Louis, that's a 2-run home run by Jesus Aguilar. And Chicago retakes the lead here after the first inning. So now he's Mitch Garver, and he's only, Mitch Garver actually, it didn't show him his at-bat, but he didn't have a hit at all going into that at-bat. There's Justin Turner, who strikes out on a great pitch right here by Lacy on the outside part of the zone. And I think that was an off-speed pitch for him, but a beautiful one to Justin Turner. So now here's Michael Conforto, and, he's batting .385 so far this season. That's a ground ball, but it's right to second base. That ends the second inning. And a good inning here, good bounce-back inning for Asa Lacy. So we're in the top of the third, as Brian Anderson is at the plate, still a 1-2 game. That's a ground ball for Brian Anderson into left field. And St. Louis has got another base runner, their second hit of the day. Well, here is Brandon Rogers, batting .250 so far this year. That's a ground ball. That one is up the middle, stopped by Brandon Crawford, who's the team's second baseman, and they actually get the out. Wow, that is an impressive out right there, actually, by Brandon Crawford. What a play right there at second base. Now, 1 down in the inning, and here's Harrison Bader up again. And that's a ground ball. That one is right too short, though. And that's a big second out. The runner does not advance. A unhelpful out for Harrison Bader there in that at-bat.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Well, here is Julio. He struck out his last time up. He was 4 for 15 on the season. And remember, in the last time that we showed St. Louis, he had a really big home run in that game. That's a ground ball, and now he's going to come through with another huge hit right here. Base hit up the middle, and Brian Anderson is safe at home plate. Man, just barely beating out that throw at home. And another RBI for Rodriguez. That's like his 6th of the season already, and his 5th hit of the year. And we are tied at 2.
2 down here.
So 2 outs in the inning still. Here's Stan. That's a fly ball, shallow outfield. That one falls in for another hit, and Julio Rodriguez is up to third base. And I don't know where he's going there, but man out on the corners. Still 2 outs in the inning. Matt Olson up now. Ground ball as avoiding the ball is Stan, but what a play by Brandon Crawford. Oh my goodness, Brandon Crawford has makes 2 incredible plays in the top of the third inning, and that one was even more crazy than the last. Wow, stretching all the way out there to make that grab. What a play there. Aguilar gets his 2 RBI double, and so Chicago is back ahead 4-2. I can't believe those 2 plays that he just made right there. Those plays were incredible. And Brandon Crawford's, up there. He's like 36 years old at this point in the franchise or something. And that's a hit by pitcher Justin Turner. So another base runner. Asa Lacy's been, kind of up and down. I mean, his offense has been helping him out so far. But he's been okay in this game, really. That's a ground ball, though. That's a tailor-made double play. Yes, sir. Good pick at first by Aguilar, and that'll end the top of the 4th. So he does work around the hit by pitch, and, overall, 4 hits tonight, only 2 runs. He's pitched pretty well through 4 innings. So now we're at the top of the 5th inning. Here's Brian Anderson. He is going to swing and miss. Nice, classic high fastball for Asa Lacy. That's his 4th strikeout of the night. Yeah, great pitch right there to Brian Anderson. Way late on that fastball. And 2 outs in the inning. Here's Harrison Bader up again. 1 for 2 on the day. That's a circle change thrown into the outfield, and that one's caught. And that was a good play right there made in the outfield, and a good 1-2-3 inning for Asa Lacy there. As we're going to go halfway home in this game. Chicago ahead 4-2. So there's a base hit. Another home run. That's a 2-run homer by Jose Iglesias. 2 more run score. Alex Verdugo gets a 2 RBI single. A 4-run bottom of the 5th. And all of a sudden, Asa Lacy has a 5-run cushion in this game. Or actually a 6-run cushion, I think. That's a nice stop by Brandon Crawford at second base. And it's another double play. Man, Brandon Crawford has been right in the middle of some incredible plays in this game. And Asa Lacy has retired 8 in a row here after that hit by pitch back in the 4th inning of this game, I believe. So now we're in the 7th inning, and there's 2 outs already here in this 7th inning. Asa Lacy's only at 82 pitches, so he can still go a little bit. As here's Michael Conforto, and he's going to pop this one up, and it's a fly ball into the shallow outfield here, and it's caught in left to end the top of the 7th. So that's a good play there. Alex Verdugo making that catch, and 11 in a row retired by Asa Lacy. So now he's Brian Anderson. He's going to swing and miss. He struck out his last time up, and yeah, Asa Lacy has turned this start around. He has been really effective in this game, and he's got a good cushion. That probably helped settle him in. As an 0-2, there's a swing and a miss. Inside four-seamer, 5th strikeout of the game for Lacy, and 12 retired in a row. Now it's Brandon Rogers, who's only 3 for 14 this season. 1-1 pitch to him. There's a four-seam fastball there into center field. That ball is caught, and there's out number 2, Kevin Kiermaier making that play. 90 pitches now for Asa Lacy. 2 down in this inning. Here's Harrison Bader. Had that home run. It was only his 3rd hit of the season here. 3-1 pitch to him here, and that four-seam fastball misses. That's ball 4. And that ends the streak of 13 retired in a row by Asa Lacy here. And that is actually going to be the last pitch for him in this game. As with 2 outs in the 8th inning, they're going to go to the bullpen. And the manager is clapping for him, giving him, high fives. That was a really great performance for Asa Lacy in this game. And he's not going to get a standing ovation being on the road, but man, he pitched really well in this game. Ended up going into the 8th inning. Kyle Craig, 30 innings last year. He was not very good. I mean, a whip at 1.62 and an ERA of 4.45. He is going to strike out there to end the 8th. And now we're in the bottom of the 8th. A single by Crawford. Another single, Jose Iglesias. Strikeout by Kiermaier. Corey Dickerson with a double here. And another 2 more runs score. Another base hit there by Villar. Another run. It's 11-2. 11-2. Aaron Ashby is going to come in for his first action of the season. And, man, this was just a disaster of a game for St. Louis. And 0 for 15 right now is Mitch Garver. That is unfortunate. As that's the end of the game. And Asa Lacy gets a win here in his first Major League start. He pitches into the 8th inning. And he pitched really, really well. Not as good as Gunnar Hoglund did, but still an excellent start for Asa Lacy in his first one in the majors. And another win for St. Louis. Now, I don't expect this team to be very good. They're, still a rebuilding team, it looks like, in my opinion. But they are now 4-1 on the season, so their season has started out very, very well. And the Sluggers are now 2-3 on the year. That's the, the hit and the only RBI of the game. Great play by Brandon Crawford, a diving stop made right there. And so 11-2 is the final score. Player of the game actually goes to Jesus Aguilar, who was 2 for 5 with a home run and a double and 4 RBIs in the game. But Asa Lacy, 7.2 innings and a really great start for him. As you look at Chicago's offense, you had Alex Verdugo, who had a hit and 2 RBIs. Omar Narvaez was 3 for 3 on the day with 2 runs scored and a couple of walks. He's batting .450 right now. Jesus Aguilar was 2 for 5 with 4 RBIs, batting .304. Brandon Crawford batting .455. He had 3 hits. Jose Iglesias had 2 hits, including a home run. And, Alex Verdugo has 7 RBIs already. Dickerson has 4. Aguilar has 6. Villar has 4 already. Iglesias has 3. So, I mean, right now, this offense, I mean, you see, Villar batting 471. Right now, this offense through 4 games has actually been very, very good. That's probably one of the bigger reasons that they have won, for their first 5 games, is their offense has been really, really good so far this season. I don't expect that to last very well, but either way, they've been performing very well so far. And Lacy, speaking of performing very well, 7.2 innings, 4 hits allowed, only 2 runs, only 1 walk out of 5 strikeouts at 2.35 ERA, and getting the win. So great job for him tonight. And then Crick, 1.1 scoreless innings with 3 strikeouts. And then you look at St. Louis, their offense here. You had Harrison Bader with that home run. Julio Rodriguez had a hit on an RBI. Stanton also had a hit. The only other player they have a hit in that game was Anderson, and he did score a run. But besides that, nothing else going for them offensively. And Tristan McKenzie didn't really pitch very well. Gave up 4 runs in 4 innings. Price gave up 4 runs in 0.2 innings. His ERA is at 54 right now. Carlos Carrasco gave up 3 runs. I mean, just nobody really pitching-wise for St. Louis did anything good in this game except for Aaron Ashby. But that's going to do it for me in this episode, everybody. Thank you so much for watching this one. We'll continue with more videos next time. The next time will probably be an NCAA 25 video. But, it's been a long time since I've actually recorded an MLB The Show video for you. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more from me and you haven't subscribed yet, as I will be coming out with new videos. Trying to be consistent with that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for the support on my recent franchises that I've started on this channel. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody, and God bless.